well, and you deserve a loud Eagles Wings bell. That's right. Thank you. We appreciate you for your continued cooperation. Now let's just jump into it. But that would be after I greet you in a way that I know how to. Inakwana karon, dewo no lodudu agife. In my dialect, I would say Messiere, and finally, Una, good morning. I'm riding solo this morning, and my name is Uduak Daniel. Let's get to know certain things that you ought to know, at least very, very important that you get to know these things so that you are not one who is left, behind. I wouldn't want you to be that kind of person. So yes, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as of yesterday, directed the police to immediately restore and maintain peace, law, and order in Rivers State, following reports of arson and explosions after last Saturday's local government council election. In a statement issued on Monday by his media aide, Bayo Onanuga, Tinubu expressed deep concern over the violence and urged all political actors to de-escalate the situation. But you know what? Every time that I hear bombs, that there was explosion, I'm like, where? How do you guys even put these things together when you're not even the military? But yeah, fault me, and you will be correct, because we still have people who know how to, put together some little bombs and all of that. But please, let's try to de-escalate that. And I think, adding to what the president said, we don't want no bloodshed, not anymore. But let's also let you in on the fact that a certain group, they call themselves the Yiaga Africa, they have said that most of the recently held local government elections in the country, not just local governments, but local elections, in the country, are a travesty of democratic elections, and that they fell short of electoral integrity standards. Now, the executive director of that association or agency or group now, Samson Itodo, said, in a statement as of yesterday, that the state independent electoral commissions need to be liberated from the strongholds of governors. Okay, if the governors are still in charge, and we've had new set of people in the, enter into the local government, offices as local government chairman, where is the hope? Where is the autonomy? And why were we jubilating? All right, but I just want to believe against that. But former deputy national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Chief Olabode George, has asked the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, to allow Governor Simi Fibura of Rivers State work. Well, he made that statement yesterday. Bode George asked President Tinubu to call his minister, Nyesom Wike, to order and prevail on him to allow Governor Siminalayi Fibura to work. All right, President? They say call your minister to order. But then I'll just move away from that and leave that conversation right where it is. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, has reportedly quit its role as the sole buyer of Dangote Refinery's premium motor spirit petrol. Okay, is this a yay? Does this mean that every other person can indeed buy from the Dangote? Okay. Let's see how that goes. But according to, newspaper reports on Monday, the implication is that petroleum marketers would have to purchase petrol directly from Dangote Refinery. Wait a minute, let me think. Is this a good thing? NNPC is not the sole. Okay, so every other person, petroleum marketers can. Okay, well, we'll see after how that works. But yes, some will say that there's nothing as good as opening the market so that everybody can just be a part of it. But yeah, we hope that this does not triangulate as well as hold to jugular the common masses or the citizenry. Right now, a father of 9, identified simply as Mr. Charles, has reportedly committed suicide in the Jado community of Delta State. Now, it was gathered that the gory incident occurred in the early hours of Monday. The man allegedly took his own life after drinking an insecticide. Now, how do y'all even reduce yourselves to an insect? I don't know. As much as this is so sad to hear, to put out there, but how can you reduce yourself? You know, sometimes I hear people take is it what tapia or something, right? Yeah, the rat poison or something. Yeah, how do y'all even do these things? Now, it means that you've totally sold your birthright, your right as a human being, and then you've given it to insects and animals. In fact, they even have a better life standard, you know, to you when you indeed allow yourself to go into a state of depression that takes you to considering suicide. Well, I don't know, but whatever the reason may be, some would say it's so UD is so easy for you to say, and who told you that some of us have not been there before or close, right? Don't worry, that's going to be a talk for another day. But a federal high court in Lagos on Monday permitted the Inspector General of Police to arrest the suspect, Olusanya Sunday Okusanya, a fugitive believed to have fled to the United Kingdom, the UK, after an alleged 64 million naira fraud. Justice Yelim Bogoro approved the IGP's motion for Okunsanya's arrest following an ex parte application filed and moved by the police lawyer S.O. Ayodele. All right, well, hope that they do the needful and they are able to catch him, get him, and bring him back, you know, to, you know, face the wrath of the law. But yeah, a suspected serial killer, Philip Ogunaike, who was arrested in Ogun State, has pleaded that he and his accomplices be sentenced to death. He has pleaded that he and his accomplices be sentenced to death. Okay, Ogunaike made the plea in an interrogation video on Monday and shared by the State Police Public Relations Officer Omolola Odutola on her X page. How can someone plead? Okay, I'm just, well, okay, you know what? It's your plea, it's not my plea. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on Monday pledged to tackle corruption head-on, emphasizing that no Nigerian was immune from the fight. Now, in his address at the 6th Economic and Financial Crimes Commission National Judicial Institute workshop for justices and judges in Abuja, represented by Vice President Kashim Shettima, Tinubu noted that corruption had become a cancer, denying Nigeria the full benefits of its resources. He also stressed the need for collective action against corruption. All right. Okay. Now, the naira depreciated at 1,635 naira to a dollar in the Nigerian Autonomous Foreign Exchange Market. NAFEM data from the FMDQ showed that the indicative exchange rate for NAFEM rose to 1,635 naira to a dollar and 1,631 naira to a dollar last Friday, and that indicates a 3.94 depreciation. 3.94 naira depreciation for the naira. Okay, well, I brought that already to you. Let's go see and find out what is going on the front page of Nigerian newspapers already. But remember that you can also follow us, right? Follow us across social media platforms right there at Eagles FM Abuja, at Eagles FM Abuja, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok. Okay, all of the platforms, or even Telegram. I mean, Telegram, use the WhatsApp portal number. But yes, we are there and we have a strong base, right? And as you do so, do well to subscribe, give us a like, give us a following, give us a share, give us a comment, do something to just effect your presence, all right? And that would also indeed make us grow together, right? All right, and that also being said, now I see a couple of dailies staring right at me, and I'm also positioned to stare right back at them, but I'll be bringing it to you right now in a very, very short bit. All right, now see the Daily Trust newspaper, quite a number of the dailies right now. Yeah, the Daily Trust newspaper is on here. I see the Guardian newspaper as well on here, and we've got the Nation newspaper, the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Oh yes, that's how we'll be taking them. All right, let's start with the Daily Trust newspaper already. Now the big the big story on the front page of the Daily Trust newspaper this morning has it. It says Rivers crisis escalates. Rivers' crisis escalates. All right, it's got like three three riders to it though. Now, the first one, 4 local government secretariats burnt. Second rider, Tinubu directs IGP to restore order. And the last rider, my meekness, not weakness. Talk about some rhyming right there. Fubara, the sitting governor, is saying that one. Page 4 is carrying that story. And now away from page 4 to page 2 now, we're taking steps to address insecurity, disunity in North. ACF is saying that. Now to page 12 or page 17, I beg your pardon. Cholera kills 7 persons in Kano. That's awful sad. And from 17 to page 4, all right, looking popular too as well. FCT primary school teachers suspend the strike. Oh, thank God. Right, FCT primary school teachers suspend the strike. I know that you also said the same with me. Well, I see this one on page 12 is also looking popular, by the way. Hajj fare to hit 10 million naira as federal government stops subsidy. Okay, is that a good news or a bad news? Dangote refinery, Nigerians may pay more for petrol as NNPC quits middleman role. Okay, I was asking the other time, is this a good thing or a bad thing? But Dangote refinery, Nigerians may pay more for petrol as NNPC quits middleman role. All right, it's got 2 riders to that one though. Middle East tension to spark higher fuel cost. All right, second rider and the last, of course, rider for that story. It says 400,000 barrels per day for Dangote as Naira for crude deal begins. All right, page 12 is carrying that story. Very, very popular page 12. And to this one, it says Tinubu released 1,200 fertilizer bags to each senator, 600 to rep members. All right, where do we find that story now? All right, I see page 3 is carrying that one. And to page 5 now, bandits kill 8 Zamfara community guards. Bandits kill 8 Zamfara community guards. And away from page 5 now, I wish I could say something on that, but you already know my stand on that. I do not like to hear that one Nigerian's life just leaves like that. Leaves. Even if it's leaving for natural causes like sickness, I still don't want to hear it, because if we had the right infrastructure to handle some of these things, we would have a very, very low rate, of deaths. But yeah, having to let lives go just for banditry and kidnappers and all of these terrorism acts, I don't think we deserve that. Seriously. I don't know what you think though, but let's go see this one right here. And this one is on page 4. Sharia Council defends Senator Buba against the politically motivated attacks. All right, that's what the Daily Trust newspaper is saying. And we move away from the Daily Trust newspaper now as we head with the Guardian newspaper. The big story that is like a front burner story on the front page of the Guardian newspaper. On page 6, you would find this one: state of emergency stalks Rivers as political thugs attack councils. All right, some calm better come back to Rivers State right there though. All right, but yeah, you already heard the statement from the Rivers State governor, who's saying that, look, my meekness is not weakness, so don't think I'm a weak person. I'm not a coward, right? But anyways, we just hope that all of these does not go beyond what it is. If you also recall, certain elder statesmen have come out to saying that, look, if the issue in Rivers State is not tackled, it will indeed hamper the democracy that we're still trying to nurture and build. In fact, others believe that if it is not tackled decisively with the political will and the powers that is constitutionally embedded to tackle situations like that, God forbid that we do have a spread to other states of the Federation. But yeah, let's go to this one. Anti-graft war won't be won by technicalities, declares Tinubu. All right, page 3, you'd find that one. Now to page 9, NAFDAC champions food labeling standards as workers commence indefinite strike. All right, page 9 is carrying that one. Police arrest Aregbesalah's loyalist for accusing Oyetola of using palliative rice as birthday gifts. Okay, page 7 is carrying that story now. I take you to page 4. Reviving comatose technical education beyond enrollment drive. All right, going beyond the enrollment drive, there's a need to revive the already comatose technical education. All right, you find that one on page 4. So page 3 now is looking popular, if you ask me, though. 80% of Africans unhappy with delivery of democratic rule, says Akin Kekere Ekun. All right, and to this one right now, page 3 again. Oh, page 3, you are wonderful. Court reduces bail of 5 #End Bad Governance protesters to 5 million naira each. Okay. Reduces bail of 5 #End Bad Governance protesters to 5 million naira each. 5 million naira each. And some would very quickly want to ask, please, what exactly is their crime? Maybe it's high time we knew what their crime were, or what their crime was, so that we have some sort of justification, right, for some of these things that is ongoing. And tomorrow, the judiciary will still come out and say, hey, well, you need us, you need to trust us, we are doing all we can. And to think that we have also, sat back and applauded the increment of, salaries for judges and justices and all of that. Is this all for this? Is this what it comes to? I know these are the questions in your mind right now, but yeah, if that should ever happen, yeah, on the other hand, there might be some justification. But yeah, we need to know what justifies, some of these things, so that we can indeed instill, right, that trust and build it to a level where, it is solidified. But if that is not happening, I don't think there's going to ever be a trust going on between, the citizenry as well as, the institutions put together by the federal government, where people are supposed to indeed rely on, depend on, right? But anyways, that's what the Guardian newspaper is saying, and that's all for it. But I see to the side of the, Punch newspaper now, federal government lists 7 states for Mpox vaccination. All right, page 26, carrying that story. And just above the Punch newspaper banner now, you would find this one on 2027. Obi Kwankwaso Alliance proposal will fail, says APC. All right, I don't know, for some reason they have the national chairman's picture for that very post. All right, Obi Kwankwaso Alliance proposal will fail, says APC, and this is about 2027. Ganduje is right there with his face. But yeah, I see this one here on page 2. It says Fubara camp proposes emergency rule as 3 killed, secretariats raised. All right, it's got one rider to it. Tinubu warns against anarchy. PDP governor's Clark back Fubara. All right, and let's go to the big story on the front page of Nigeria. Put a Punch newspaper now. It says Naira for crude. Federal government panel proposes 6-month supply for Dangote refinery. Page 2 is carrying that story. It's got 2 riders too. And the first one, refinery to get 24 million barrels in 2 months. All right. And the second rider, fresh concerns over NNPCL sole petrol buyers role. Okay. I see a car that is not a car. This should be a police van caught up in fire, right? This should be part of the aftermath of the River State crisis. This is not funny. Y'all better head to Facebook right now and look for Eagles FM Abuja, and you would see what I'm seeing right now. Look at the flames from that police van. This is so not good, right? But let's go to the base of the Punch newspaper now. I see this one on pages 4 and 5. It really has to be serious. Lagos begins trial of 2 doctors over patient's death. All right? Okay, now to page 27. Nigerians in Lebanon fault federal government over evacuation claim. Alrighty, so they're trying to tell the federal government that you are saying only 500 of us willing to come back when about over 2,000 of us leave there. And you're saying that we are willing to come back, No, that's not the case. That's not the case. So they are faulting the federal government, even though the federal government has a position on them, saying that they have refused to come back and all of that. In fact, it almost seems as though the federal government is begging them, literally begging them to come back. But they say no. I wouldn't know why. If you know why, some of them wouldn't want to come back. You might as well want to share your thoughts though. But let's get to Vanguard newspaper now. The Vanguard newspaper is quite busy. I see the big story is on Rivers. Oh, can we ever get enough of Rivers now? Rivers, 5 killed. Local government headquarters set ablaze. Chairman chased out. As Tinubu directs police to provide local government officers security. All right. It's got quite a lot of tasteful riders now. This one says, burning of council localities, act of irresponsibility, right? Fibura says, and to this one it says, tells Wike, you can't win all fights. Another rider inspects Ikwere local government secretariats. Police mom over attacks. Police mom over attacks? That spells doom. IGP withdraws personnel. Okay, crisis may have security implications on Nigeria, Bode George is saying, and Bode George, I cannot agree less. All right, and to yet another writer, LP vows to challenge polls in court. Wow. Clark hails Tinubu Fibura on peaceful local government polls. Okay, stakeholders condemn violence, killings, and Rivers. Action barbaric. Cowardice, says Emeka. All right, somebody saying that one. Work resume in all secretariats. APP chair is saying that. All right, just in case you didn't know, APP is the party that won about 22, if I'm not mistaken, local government elections there that went down. Okay, so the chairman is saying, you know what? Work resumes in all of the secretariats. And the last writer to that one, we are victims of attacks, says Pro Wike APC. Wow. Is this the time to call for whether you're a victim or not? If either of you have not started any feud, would we even come to this? But let's go to this one right here. In fact, it says arson at Rivers local government areas. Oh, look at the fire. Now, this is not nice. This is so not nice, right? Okay, autonomy. Don't give workers' salary to local governments. All right, Labour begs federal government. Page 20 is carrying that story now to, this one. Tinubu committed to food security. VP Shatima is saying that. And page 8 is carrying the story. Did you just say, oh, old news? Well, you never know. We just might be in an era of miracles. Expect the unexpected, whether good or bad, right? And just the sport lovers now, page 30, CAF Confederation Cup, Ayimba gets tough Egyptian draw. All right, just above the Vanguard newspaper banner now, I'm talking about the heights, the apogee, the peak, the topmost, right? You would find this one, FG, NNPCL, Dangote plan changes in petrol lifting. Investigation is ongoing right there. Page 20. And malnutrition, federal government can. World Bank unites to save 11 million children. Page 9. And to yet another page 9, it says, court reduces bail to 5 million naira for hashtag end bad governance protesters each. Page 9, you are so popular now. And to page 10 now is going to be the last one I'll be taking with the Vanguard newspaper. Edo Guba, PDP accuses INEC of doctoring Vivas, concealing rigging. All right, so that's it for the Vanguard newspaper. Do we still have time for one more? Oh, I mean, there's a lot to go on. I mean, I'll just share, very, very important, headlines with you from the two last dailies that I'll be taking. The Nation newspaper, the very, very big story says, Tinubu orders police to end Rivers post-election violence. It's got one writer. Explosions, gunshots at council secretariats. That story begins on the front page of the Nation newspaper, and it doesn't really tell. Okay, continues on page 4 of the Nation newspaper. Kogi workers to get 72,500 naira wage from this month. Wow. Kogi workers to get 72,500 naira wage from this month. Page 3, you would find the story. NAF, okay. Let's see. All right, council workers seek salary payment from first line charge. All right, this one says, will Supreme Court rules 2024 enhance justice delivery? All right, that is indeed a question that I would really love answers to, but I bet some of us still know the answers one way or the other. But yeah, to this one now, page 26, police probe stabbing to death of man by sex worker in Lagos. Wonders, they say, never ends. Men can also have breast cancer. Men can also have breast cancer? UTTH CMD warns, page 3. Look at me touching myself, Lord. No, please. All right, at the base now, Lagos House of Assembly suspends Alimosho chairman indefinitely, page 6. And that would be all with the Nation newspaper. In case you're just tuning in for the first time, this is Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja, where we give you an audio-visual radio experience that you can count on anytime, any day. By the way, my name is Uduak Daniel. And now to the very big story, with the Nigerian Tribune newspapers. I see smoke everywhere. I see burning everywhere. Rivers burns. All right. That is found on page 4. Don't give our salary to local government unions. Tell federal government. Demand funds be made first line charge. All right, page 25 is carrying that one now. Kogi governor approves 72,500 naira minimum wage. You know what? I'll give it to him. Yes. Federal government said 70,000. Kogi des the federal government. Excuse you. It says I can do 72,500 naira minimum wage. Okay, and he says it's starting already. Oh, that's something I like to hear. Page 25. Okay, to page 14 now. Withheld result. Affected candidates to know fate. Thursday. WAEC is saying that. NAFDAC workers embark on strike. Page 17, carrying the story. Edo poll, APC supporters storm INEC office as court grants PDP rights to inspect election materials, and you would find that one on page 15. Nigerians await clarity as NNPC quits as middleman in Dangote petrol purchase. Page 14 is carrying that story. Court restrictions impede EFCC investigation in 10 states. Olukoyede is saying that one. And the last one that I'll be bringing to your eardrums would be this one right now. It says Ibadan will be headquarters of proposed Southwest Development Commission. All right, Senate leader is saying that one now. Says president to sign bill into law after vacation. All right, this is it. This is it. This will now be the time for us to get involved and get engaging. I mean, I'd like to have some level of talk intimacy with you. So yes, the number for you to call to join the conversation this morning would be 0907 353 0044 0907 353 0044, or the WhatsApp portal number, which is 0909 705 4450. These are the numbers to call to join the conversation this morning. Hello and good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. GB, welcome aboard, GB. Talk to us.
Yes, what is happening in River State is not palatable, and it should not be encouraged. It's regrettable, and all the people are involved to share their swords. You can't cure headache by cutting off the head. If there are grievances, they are going to court. If my last time, the cases in court are Koran River State for politics are more than 10. And even before the election, there are 2 or 3 court injunctions here and there. So why can't they continue to see to the end? But the current election does not mean that election is valid. Because if you want to now determine it, I know that will be held because our law says that no court shall stop the election for being held. In the issue of June 12th, it has been a constitution and electoral and that no court in the nation can stop any election. So that's why that election will hold. If it's only 5 people that voted in each local government, it's an election and result will be declared. So having known that, you cannot challenge the validity of that election in court based on some court pronouncement before the election. Right. Not by burning and killing people. Because all these things will come out to the River State government and the people. They will suffer for it. So I want to appeal to them to go in that direction. And the police will up their game. Before they say police of compromising, the police have not left those what you call it, those local government of they wouldn't have been the punished.
All right, JB.
The police have to this because there have been elected officials.
Okay.
So
all right,
cannot
JB.
continue to police that place. So please let them stop all those shenanigans and all those things. So
Okay.
I have peace to reign in River State. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, GB, for that one. Appreciate that one. Allow peace to reign in River State is what GB is saying right there. Well. Let's just go hear it a little bit. Pay some bills. We'll be right back in a short bit. Remember, this is Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. And yes, we are your audio-visual radio experience that you can count on anytime, any day.
Eagles
102-7684. That is 090-6302-7684. Your journey to success begins here. Don't just dream it, achieve it. Study now.
Tuesday from 4:30 to 5:30 p.m. for an hour of insightful discussions, expert interviews, and engaging segments will keep you informed and safe. Don't miss out. Mark your calendars and make sure you tune in to Eagles 102.3 FM.
All right, welcome back, and thank you for staying with us. Thank you for staying tuned, and thank you for also engaging. We'll see your calls, and this is the pages, right, where we get to analyze and as well as give our 2 cents onto whichever of the headlines, appeals at you, jumps at you, or tickles your fancy one way or the other. Hello and good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning to you, please. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Thank you for having me. My name is Danjuma Dari, calling from.
Where are you calling from?
My first, Koji,
Okay.
Ododo governor, cooking for him.
Sorry?
It shows that he came to governor because of workers and Koji entirely. Because not the only workers, they will benefit this minimum wage. Other governors, we are waiting for their own. What of their own? Even our state, major state governor, up to now, we are ordering for 50, ordering not for 50. We didn't hear. We are waiting for rest governor to do as Ododo is doing now. And lastly, those unions that say make federal government not give local government direct salary to pay for the workers. The union, they are enemy of grassroots rural area. Because of the rural area, they are the people that suffer. They don't get good roads. They don't get good health, education. What are they doing? If they are receiving the allocation from the federal, they will do many things for the rural area. So those people, they are benefit something from the governors. That is why they say they not approve the money for them. They come out and say they are made Mr. President to approve, because rural area there are people that suffer in Nigeria.
Okay.
Thank you, like man.
All right. Thank you.
From Bida. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Danjuma Dari, all the way from Bida in Niger State, taking this call. Hello and good morning.
Judy,
Yes, good morning to you, Bright.
good morning.
Yes.
That's my report.
Welcome aboard, Bright. Talk to us.
Judy,
Yes, please.
I have a point of order
Okay.
on yesterday's clarification.
Okay.
Judy, you know, when court gives pronouncement on any judgment, it becomes binding on the citizens. You are a lawyer, and if you can tell me that sincerely you have read Nnamdi Kanu's Supreme Court judgment on Nnamdi Kanu's case on jumping bail, you wouldn't have said what you said yesterday.
Okay.
But the only thing is, I appeal to you that you go and read it verbatim and know the stand on the Supreme Court.
Okay.
Anyway, that's by the way. Because
I'll do
why I
that.
follow your station is that we like to learn. Let us learn and continue going forward.
Okay. I'll love that.
Okay. In Kogi State, the governor is promising 72,000 naira. And I asked, what of the ones they were deducting their money before? How, so are they going to waive those ones out? Or Ododo is telling us that we should move forward and leave the ones that are gone? Is that what they're telling us? Let them stop deceiving the citizens and do what is right for them. Again, when they said they gave bad governance protesters 5 million naira bail, is this somebody that is hungry?
someone that can't afford food, that is crying that the economy is bad, that you are giving 5 million naira. Is it not an impossible case? Are they not going to climb the Kilimanjaro mountain to go and bring the money? Someone that doesn't have money and you are giving him bail on worth of millions of naira. Is it not an irony of this Department of Justice? And the police arrested them. They said they want to prevent what do they call it, damage of government institutions and buildings. Then now the same IG withdrew police from the secretaries of River State, and now this is happening. This is what we are saying. If your tenure has expired, you go. Let other people who have fresh ideas enter. And now, who are we going to hold responsible? Is it the police that didn't maintain the law and order and didn't provide security, or the admirals that find a leeway to go and damage our institutions? And the River State again, I ask. Benue State did 100 over 100. Akwa Ibom State did 100 maybe 99 over 100. Mm-hmm. Why is River's own very controversial?
Okay.
Your son will not believe what you tell him, but your son will behave exactly as you behave.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bright, for that one. They'll appreciate for you for that. Let's go get this one. Hello and good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning, please.
Good morning. My name is Abdul, calling from Suleja, Niger State.
All right, Abdul, welcome aboard. Talk to us, Abdul.
UD, I want to contribute on Dangote refinery.
Yes, please.
You see, the issue of Dangote, whether NNPC is buying or the marketers are buying, that's not my problem. My problem is that how can they make this fuel available in the market for masses to buy? Because I continue saying it. If the fuel is expensive, everything in the market will be expensive. You see? And if the NNPC say maybe anybody can buy or this can buy, it's not the issue. I want the federal government to intervene in this issue so that the fuel will be cheap in the market for we to buy. Then I want to contribute on the local government election in River State. In fact, if the federal government will not do something about the issue of local government, so that the governors will not be conducting this election, this is how we will continue having problems. Look at the innocent people now dying in River State. Is it the good thing? It's not good for this country. So the federal government should know how to take this election from the governor, so that the election will be coming from the INEC, the same time the way they are doing the president and the other ones, okay, so that everything will go on well. Right. God bless Nigeria. God bless Eagle Acres. What's up, our sister? Oh,
she's fine. She's in good hands and safe place. Thank you.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Great to have you.
All right,
thank you very much. Bye.
Yeah. All right, that feels good. Okay, quite a lot being said. And hello and good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, please.
Yeah, Usman on the line from Zuba.
All right, Usman, all the way from Zuba. Let's get to hear from you.
Let me talk about this elections in, how do you call it, in River State.
In River State, yes, please.
Yes. Now the president has ordered so that the security guys will take control there. You see, they encourage this violence because those guys will come out full force that, yeah, there is nothing like security, so let's go out there and cause mayhem. You understand me? Mm-hmm. So after the deal has been done now, it's too late when the head has been cut. So we lay the blames to the presidency and the security guys.
Okay.
Then you see how the election goes in this country now. This has clearly shown that there is nothing like election. Hence you are in power. So where do you see this party, APP? Just of recent, APP cleared the vote. So do you know that those people have the intention of putting APP? You see, if PDP will have been on power, PDP will have swept that election also. If APC will have been on power, APC will have swept that election. So there is nothing like true election again in this country. Mm-hmm. It's just unfortunate. It's just unfortunate some things like this continue to happen in this country. Right. Thank you very much,
well, thank you, Usman. Appreciate it. All the way from Zuba right there. It says, if you were the ones in power, you would have swept everything. And now, we are here. What are we talking about? Well, anyways. Let's see. I mean, the phone lines are beeping. Let's go take this one. Hello and good morning.
Thank you, Barrister. Thank you, Barrister.
Good morning.
Thank you,
Feels
Barrister. Good morning.
Yes, please.
God bless your heart,
Bless
Barrister.
you too, Obasanjo. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling you from Amale. Niger State.
All right, talk to us, Obasanjo.
Thank you. On River State yesterday, within the week, what is happening in the River State? I think Mr. President and the Minister of FCT, all of them, they know what they are doing. But the Mr. President, and they don't need peace in this country. They don't mean peace. Mr. President and the Minister of Federal Capital, Mr. Wike, they don't need peace of Nigerians. Democracy
Obasanjo, we always talk about these things. You keep saying these things. Please don't do that. Don't. Wait now. Wait.
I am listening to
you. Don't
you,
say they don't need peace. How do you say that? Are you them? Do you have facts? Don't say things you are not sure of. I keep saying it. You are not sure of this.
Let me talk mouth.
You should retract it.
Okay, let me talk mouth. What happened in Kebbi State? What happened in Benue State? The elections took place in Benue State. Why is it that there's no crisis over there? Elections took in my state, that is Niger State, last 1 year and what happened over there was not even election. So I am not even blaming the people. I am blaming the INEC and the Mr. President and the Minister of Federal Capital. What happened in Port Harcourt, in Nigeria? It's at least something that it's uncalled for that the Mr. President will not keep quiet and allow all these things to be. Why the burning of Secretariat should be in the first place? Why is it? Mr. President and the Minister of Federal Capital, they know what they are doing.
All right, Obasanjo. Obasanjo, it's okay. I think I've given you too much for to say. I thought I could still allow you understand that the line you're towing is not indeed a very incredible one, and not because this is I don't know. When we talk like this, it seems as this man is afraid. No, I'm not afraid. I just want you to be factual, and let's not go spreading, setting information that is that would defame, or character defaming or defamation, because you wouldn't want that, right? You cannot substantially say something that you cannot even prove. You're there saying they don't do that. It has to be something that is proven, right? If you say on the one part that it is the Minister of the FCT, Nyesom Wike, that is, allowing or that is infusing himself in Rivers State, well, that might not be a question, to look away from. But then he could also come out and say that I have nothing to do with that. That whoever are the people doing that in River State, they are just people who believe in a cause that I had institutionalized, which is a credible cause, but maybe they're going about it the wrong way. I have reached out to them one way or the other, but they wouldn't listen. But now all of this is coming back to me because I started the cause. And so, yes, you cannot fault him on that, right? Please, let's just be guided, Mbok. Let's be guided. Let's know what we're saying. As much as I understand, yes. I told you yesterday. I said, look, things are not going well, and nobody's gonna hide to not say that. All right, I can say to the president. I can say to anybody, things are not going well, and they know it. I mean, for the president to come out and say that the constant delays, in the courts within the, judicial parlance is why we are where we are today and we cannot make progress, that would mean that the president is aware, right? And probably is the same thing that happened, during, the process of his election, the election that brought him into office too. Maybe this time he's saying, I've seen and identified the fault, and I want to be able to fix it this time, and fix it, in a very lasting way. But yes, That, is what the discourse is about. But I see that we have messages via the WhatsApp. I know there's going to be a lot. But please, let me begin to beg now that, look, we may not be able to take all of it, but I'll try my best to do the needful. All right? It's going to be a smart read and a smart take, right? Okay, Samuel from Kuje is saying, is it not so glaring that the governments of the day have lost it, security-wise and economic-wise? Look at the mayhem that is being perpetuated by the bandits and kidnappers on daily basis in this country. Masses find it very difficult to feed and take care of their families in this country as a result of harsh economic policies by the government. Car owners can no longer drive their cars because of the indiscriminate pump price increase. Most of the children of the masses cannot go back to school, yet we have people in authority who are meant to oversee the affairs of the masses economically and security-wise. May God make it easy for us in this country. In Jesus' name, amen. He says, have a fulfilled day, you too. All right, Samuel. And to this one from Taken B, says, good morning, Daniel. Good morning to you. It says, you're listening from Nasarawa State. Feels good. It says, how will any responsible judge set a bail of 25 million naira for poor and bad governance protesters? Let's fear God Almighty in all we do. On River State, as regards Tinubu's directive to the police, I'm sure the police can't solve the problem. All Tinubu needs to do is call someone who has been a governor for 8 years in River State but decided not to go and rest. Tell him to call his boys to order, resulting in destruction of property in an act of irresponsibility. Tekambi Hundu. Tekambi, thank you for sharing that. I mean, the president had directed the police to do something in that aspect. But let's go see this one now from James. James from Suleja says, first, let me remind Nigerians that NNPCL, Minister of Petroleum, who doubles up as the president, and Dangote Refinery Limited are colluding. Really? Okay, James. Okay, well, it's your say. You say they are colluding to distract and deceive Nigerians. All these shenanigans are just a well-calculated and orchestrated ploy. The local government elections in states, and River State in particular, have clearly shown not just how sitting governors and governments manipulate elections and results, but also how politicians are behind violent attacks on infrastructure during protest. CJN Kekere talking about Africans not happy about democracy delivery, forgot how her name has gone down in history on her Supreme Court's governor ruling in Imo State. We've all pretended and forgotten she wasn't banned from the US for judicial corruption, okay? That's James, right, from Suleja. Well, I see you again, Comrade Olobasi. I mean, it says, good morning, Obong Udwak Daniel. Good morning to you too. It says, Lady Omoefe in absentia, right? I'm sure you put a smile on her face now. It says, it has been very clear to all and sundry that the trouble engulfing River State after local council polls is orchestrated by Wike's group that lost out in the political game. It's time for Tinubu's government to call the self-acclaimed political godfather to order now before he spells doom for the whole country. According to Bishop Matthew Kuka, he who is not angry when there is a just cause for anger is immoral, because anger looks to the good of justice. A word is enough for the wise. In addition, Kogi State is trying to come into public reckoning now by promising to pay more than the agreed national minimum wage. But what about those workers that were cheated off their salaries during Yahya Bello's lackluster administration? They must be paid back whatever we illegally deducted from their take-home pay. May God save us from ourselves. Amen. Comrade Olobasi, all the way from Buhari now. Very, very quickly, let's jump into your voice note and bring you up to speed on that, right? You would not be able to call the WhatsApp portal at this point in time, so let's just go do the needful. It's going to be a smart one. Okay, let's go.
Good morning, Eagles FM. Good morning, Nigeria. My name is Daniel from Kurudu.
All right, Daniel.
Honestly, the crisis in River State is becoming too much. And I want all of us to realize that our leaders never care for us. It's all about their interests. Even the governor knows who Wike is. Wike has spent so much in making him governors. The crisis among themselves is about their personal interests. It's not about the welfare of the Rivers people. And this will now call to notice that we, the people of Nigeria and all over, we should learn to hold our leaders accountable. This is becoming their personal business. Governance is all about the people. It's not about individuals. Every governor wants to become Lord. One day, Fubara will want to become Lord over Rivers, and this continuously will happen until the people begin to hold leaders accountable. We should know how much our local government is earning. We should know how much our state is earning and what are they doing with our money. By the time we begin to hold them accountable, you will discover that all this looting and enjoying public fund will reduce, and governance will become a serious business, because all this while governance has become individual business that are so powerful. God help Nigeria. I believe we get it right one day.
All right, thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Abdullah. My name is Yaya from Suleja. The crisis in River State has turned to another thing entirely, and if the federal government keeps mum and they cannot do anything about it, I think this will set River State on fire, and that is not what we want in this country. About 4 local government secretariats set ablaze, all for what? Just for power control. This secretariat, they use tax money to rebuild them. Now, if they don't secretary, they still use the same tax money to rebuild them, and this is the money that should have been used to develop the state to plunge into another thing entirely. This is quite sad. This is not what we want in this country. People need to do something and fast as possible to make sure that you have on the further crisis that may erupt. And as for NNPC and Dangote, we are tired of listening to them. Today, the NNPC is the company that has the right to lift the petrol. Tomorrow, they'll tell us no, they will allow other marketers to participate. Yes, tomorrow, they'll tell us that they've not even started selling crude to Dangote in Naira. What do they want us to believe? This is not what we want in this country, please. We are just playing with our head. When we were selling with a little fuel from outside, with landicals and everything, they're selling fuel at the rate of 17 and thereabout, or 700. Now that they're even buying from Dangote, they're buying fuel at the rate of 1,000, 112, 950, 940, depending on the filling station. What are they not telling us? And this has impacted negatively on the lives of Nigeria, because this petrol contributes to the larger inflation rate that we have in this country.
Well, I had to bring you off there because you overshot the time, and remember, we work with time on here. But let's go see this one now.
Chifidaka, good morning. This is Anthony Witness calling from Suleja. Please, I want you to use your good office to look at time provided for voice notes. Okay. Honestly, it is discouraging. In fact, I'm almost trying to pack up. I cannot make calls in the morning because I have busy hands in the morning. So, and your line is not easy to be accessed. You call and you will not get access. So that's why I prefer making voice notes. Please, you have to check. Time given to voice notes is not encouraging at all. And I just want to quickly say that removing a subsidy on Hajj and any Christian pilgrimage is the best way to go. Because I don't know how you will remove a subsidy on petroleum products that is working hard on the people, on the economy of the country, and people are suffering, only for you to continue to sponsor spiritual journeys. So let them go and they look for a way out. If you are qualified financially by yourself, go. If you are not qualified, sit down in the country. We have economic challenge here. Finally, Dangote Refinery, NNPC or NNPCL, removing their hand is the best way to go. They should allow Dangote to exist on his own. They should even be ashamed of themselves that they are trying to have a chokehold on a refinery that does not belong to them. Why they have ample opportunities to have multiple refineries like that of Dangote. Let them go and revive Port Harcourt and the rest of them, and they hold it the way they want, so that they will have a peaceful competition with Dangote. Dangote may sell high, I don't know, but at least let them give way. Let him market his product the way he wants. So have a good day. God bless you.
All right, thank you, Anthony Witness, for that one. But I'm afraid we may not be able to, do that review. But I would, we'll look into it. But yeah, for now, it still stands as 1 minute 30 seconds or 1 minute 35 seconds. Okay, that's at most. Yeah. But I want to say, Usman Daura, Selassie, Honorable Edwards, this is the much we can take, so that the producer does not, slam me a fine. But thank you. I mean, but I wouldn't be able to take your voice note, but we appreciate it. I mean, Vicky Vic is going to be here in a short bit to take you on sports on Eagles Wings, and at 9 o'clock we'll be here to talk more. Remember, the power is in the people, and politics is what we address. My name is Udwak Daniel. Don't go away.